What's up, guys? It's your girl Riva, and I am back again with another video. If you're new to this channel, hi, my name is Riva. It's very nice to meet you. Before we get into this video, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. And as I always say, make sure you guys leave your comments in the comment section down below. It does not matter how you feel about this video. We all want to talk about it. Also, if you're not following me on Instagram, follow my Instagram. It's at RIVAH_JORDON. And we're going to go ahead and just get right into this video.
Man, how have you been, Chris?
Man, I've been good. I have been challenged, but it's good. I think it's a part of life, And so yeah, I've been straight, man. What's going on with you?
Challenged in what way?
Just everywhere, man. I mean, shoot, just sticking to the workout routine. Definitely trying to get better as a man. Consistency, creative wise. Trying to start up different things. It's always trying to get these schedules and yada yada yada. So yeah, man, just trying to grow and see what happens. What about you?
Nah, I think this week is a pretty awesome week, as everybody knows. Jordan Peterson was on the podcast.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Been working on that for the past 3 years of my life.
Wow.
Just consistently trying to improve, building the show to where it's a place where it's like this makes sense to show up.
Yeah.
And to me, it's just a good testament to the leveling up process of constantly getting better, and just a journey, man. I think a lot of people don't realize that a lot of the guests that come on now, it's been years of seeds being planted, and I think in the culture of instant gratification, I think so many people want it today.
Yeah.
If they don't get it today, it's a failure. But nah, man, for a lot of things, it takes a long time.
Yeah, nah, it was really good seeing that. I was very happy for you, very proud of you, because I know the story.
Yeah.
And our true fans that have been following us for a while, they know that we've been working on that for a very long time.
Yeah.
So, man, I was glad to see you get it. I was glad to see it there. Having that conversation, watching the video. So it was really good, man.
Yeah, so I actually wanted to talk a little bit about that episode. Like I said, this is Tuesday, recording this on Tuesday. We don't have many topics, but I thought this would be an interesting topic because I talked a little bit with Stefan about this before the episode came out. And definitely when the episode came out, Stefan, he hit me up about some things, so I want to talk to you about this idea. So
yeah.
I want to preface with two things.
Okay.
One, I don't know what people were saying in mass.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just talking about a few people who Stefan reached out to me about, who were commenting on our video as well as in the Jordan Peterson clip I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the second thing is that one of the biggest things about the roommates, or one of our biggest core values, as you know, was a diversity of thought.
Yeah.
And on our website, we talk about our core values, that needs to be updated. But diversity of thought is one that we still have. And the idea is you have an open mind, discerning heart. Open your mind to listen to those who are different from you. Have a discerning heart to believe what you want to believe and reject what you want to reject. And
those are three great points. You're open-minded enough to understand that there's other belief systems out there. You use your discernment to find out what works for you. I think that we're definitely missing that, especially now. Like, I feel like people just feel like they're so one-track minded, and especially in a time like the time that we're living in now, it's like, how can you genuinely feel that way?
Oh, first and foremost, I realize, like, Jordan Peterson is a GOAT to me. He's one of the most brilliant minds of the 21st century. But the roommates is not a monolith, and there is space for people to disagree with him.
Yeah,
right.
And so one, it kind of made me like a little bit happy in a sense that as intelligent as he is, people were still like, you know what, there's things I agree and disagree with. I thought that was great because there's no human being on the planet that you agree with everything that they said.
Yeah.
Right.
So I love the diversity of thought within the guys who were, thinking critically about some of the things being said.
Mm.
Nevertheless, with that being said, I want to
he hit him with the however
address something that some guys said. I want to make it clear, it's not most guys.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Some guys said it's because I'm seeing a theme that's going on in the community, around the community, in society, especially as it pertains to men. So on Tuesday, I put out the clip. To me, the most eye-opening part of the podcast, I put out this clip, and was Jordan Peterson talking about the state of men and women in regards to why men are single.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I asked him a question, and I honestly was expecting a very different answer.
It shocked me too. I'm not gonna lie to you. It shocked me too.
I was expecting a very different answer, and initially when he answered that question, I was like, "Dang, JP, I think you're a little out of touch." I was like, "Man, it's not what I thought you. I think you're a little out of touch." And then he continued.
Yeah.
And then he had a point that blew my mind.
Mm.
And it's a point that I think some guys are disagreeing with, that I believe they're really mistaken about the point.
Mm.
And the point was that the struggles of a man today, not men today, of a man today with women is a personalized problem.
Yeah.
It is a personalized problem.
Mm.
And so I thought that point was super powerful, and I believe too many men misunderstood that point. And it's a combination of conditioning, the media they consume, and a vast hypocrisy when it comes to male accountability that I believe is very prevalent in our space.
Yeah, and some of the guys were disagreeing with what he was saying.
So the premise I got from JP, which I loved, was I asked him, I said, there's men who feel as though one of the reasons why they're struggling with dating is because of the standards of women.
Yeah.
You've said that.
Yeah.
I've said that as well. You've heard those things. I've heard those things as well. And I said, what are your thoughts? And I kind of gave a brief summary of what the guys were saying.
Mm-hmm.
And he initially was like, it sounds like an excuse to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I was to really answer that question, I love this part, I would need 10 hours to be able to really decide what is your problem.
Yeah.
And so to me, I felt as though guys, they were saying that, no, the problem is primarily the women and not primarily an individual's.
Before we continue with this video, I genuinely want you guys to go ahead and comment down below before we get into this nitty gritty. We're like 6 minutes in. I want you guys to tell me, do you think that the problem with dating today, the problem with, that men are having with dating, do you think that it's a personalized issue? Or do you think that it is a vast issue of just, as they said, the requirements that women have right now within the dating space? I just want your opinion before we continue. So just put your opinion. Don't fast forward. Don't cheat. Just put your opinion down below right now.
Breakdown of what's wrong with his life.
Yeah. No. When I first heard it and when he said it, it did shock me too. I was like, ooh, like that wasn't the answer I was expecting either. And then, as he continued, I was like, okay, I see what his point is saying. Yeah. And he, to me, when he explained it, it made completely perfect sense because you do need to figure out time. If they can't even see it themselves, you really have to dig deep, go through the layers, and figure out what's going on and see, actually, are you putting your best foot forward? Yeah. Are you doing the things you need to do? And when he started explaining that, and he was like, yeah, I mean, you could be perfect, and all these women are all crazy. That could be the case, but most likely it's not. And I was like, okay, I see what he's saying. That did make sense. But as I sit back, I'm listening to it, I'm like, man, you know what? I can't let these women make it either. Yeah. I can't. It's a two-part deal with that, because I truly still believe, because his point is 100% true, that some of these women, not all, some of these women expectations is ridiculous.
I agree with that. And so to me, I want to make things 100% clear that I agree, and I've said it multiple times, that a lot of the women's standards today are unrealistic. Mm-hmm. But then I thought about it and I asked and I said, how does that affect an individual?
Yeah.
So if you are a man today and you want to date, remember, not men today, a man, you are an individual man. Do you believe that an individual man who's physically fit, emotionally healthy, spiritually grounded, and financially stable cannot find a quality woman, in your opinion?
It depends on how you look. Like, I think the physical, to me, the physical things have to be so, like, I wouldn't say horrendous, but just it has to be so taken away from all the things you just said. What makes it harder?
I want to clarify before you finish. I said just a quality woman. I want to make that clear. Yeah. A quality woman. So continue.
Got you. Can he get?
So before they answer, I want to answer this whole part. So I find it very interesting that that Jordan Peterson had that to say about it being a personalized issue rather than a vast majority issue, and I feel like that is true because there's a lot of men who cannot find one good woman, right? And then you have another group of men who are turning women away or have multiple women. So I definitely believe that, clearly it has to be a personalized issue, as well as we do have to keep into account that you definitely attract what you are, emotionally, and also where you are in your life depends on, what you're putting out there and what you are going to genuinely attract. And also, if you are having trouble with a certain type of woman or women that you're dating, then maybe it's your type that is an issue. Maybe it's a type of woman that you're going for. Maybe it's whatever it is attracting you to them that is also the issue.
Quality woman, yes. Especially if he has those things that you're saying. It to me, only way that we can guarantee that he can get that quality of woman is that he has to have time with her. So initially when he sees him, she has to accept, okay, I will give him more time. If he gets more time, then I think he can bag that woman easily because of the things you just said. But if she's not physically attracted to her or don't want to move forward just because what she see on the outer, it's going to be harder.
I understand it, but my question is, it's not. Remember, a quality woman doesn't mean you're talking to one woman. It means you're talking to 100 women.
Yeah, you can find one. You can find one.
And that's my
you can
my
find
point.
one, 100%.
And my point was, and it clicked in my brain. If your goal is just one quality woman, and clarify, I'm not talking about baddies.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about Victoria's Secret models. I'm just saying quality woman, good character, nice person, aesthetics. I'm not talking about body. I'm not talking about all the extra things that people. I'm talking about just a quality individual. Mm-hmm. You can get that.
Yeah, you can get one. They don't want her, but you can get one. They don't want her, but you can get one.
And that's the thing. I really want to hear a good argument that a guy can't get one, because to me, the way I thought about it like this was, this is how my brain is thinking. I hope it makes sense. Mm-hmm. It's like, imagine, does racism exist in the world? Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are there some people who don't get a certain job because of racism? Yes. Is the reason you have no job today because of racism?
No.
There are other reasons. It's not the reason you're unemployed today. Not saying the reason you didn't get a job wasn't because of racism.
That was such a great analogy.
The reason that if a person's telling me right now I have no job and I'm a adult man, because of racism alone, to me, that is not an excuse, because it's probably, if we look at your resume, if we look at your interview skills, we look at your qualification, if we analyze all the other variables, there's probably things that you're doing. How many places you're applying to? How people are you following up with?
How many typos you got?
Exactly. Stuff, And so what I loved about that JP message was that when you make it, I'm single because of women, all of them, it now takes any responsibility from an individual to improve himself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And even to my point, is even if you're an average guy, why are you average? Who consumes this content?
When you put a question like that, it brings all the responsibility and accountability on them. If I had to play devil's advocate,
I want to hear devil's advocate.
If I had to play devil's advocate, and we're doing. To me, if we were talking about just a quality woman, I feel like if you like the quality that you said, if you apply yourself, have a basic job that has good foundations, spiritually, emotionally, mentally healthy, physically healthy, you can find one quality woman.
Yeah.
But let's be honest. If these guys are talking about marriage, they're going to want the best that he can get.
I love that. And let me push. And this one dude called in about that.
Okay.
And I said, I love that point. If it comes to marriage, the guys are going to want the best they can get.
Yes.
But when the women do that, they shit on them.
Yeah. See, this is where we can get canceled. We not get canceled.
Let's go. It's uncut.
So with the guys, the thing is, the average woman are having, if I'm playing devil's advocate,
yeah,
the average woman having too high of an expectation. So they feel like they can, if a woman she's average, she feel like she deserves and she should get an above average guy.
Real quick, 100 women are in the room.
Yeah,
how many of them would not take an above average guy? If there's 100 women in the room, how many of them say, I don't want to be in a serious relationship with an above average guy of 100 women?
Which community are we talking about?
I'm go black, white, Asian, whatever you want to go. Whatever community you want to go to. I'm curious your opinion.
I would feel like out of those women, I would say at least 80% would want above average. At least.
So they would want above average.
All 80 women will want above average.
Okay.
I think the other 20 just like, if they raise correctly, they'll take what they take.
So there's 20. Okay, cool. Back to your stories.
Yeah, so they're...
No, but of those 20, I think I understand what he's saying about the 80%, but 20 not taking what they take, but 20 maybe it's not about taking what they take because they were raised right. So that 20% of women, it's more of things don't faze them. Finances don't faze them. They have to have a connection with you. They have to, understand you. They want to build something with somebody. They're not just, jumping at frivolous things like finances and stuff like that. Not that it's not important, but they're not going to jump towards a man just because of his, financial status. I think 20%, like I said, I wouldn't say it has anything to do with them just taking what they take just because that's how they feel. Women do things emotionally. So they would be emotionally driven to maybe somebody else for different reasons because they're supplying something that they can't get, right? Other than finances.
They're trying to marry these women. They're going for above average, right?
The guys?
The guys. They're trying to get the best they can get.
Yeah.
With the women, the ones that most of these guys feel like they're average, their expectations are they're looking for above average guys. With these,
wait. So the average girls want above average guys?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you agree with that?
I agree, but my point is that every guy watching this content by default should be at least above average. So you can get a quality woman.
So yes and no. I really feel like for them to succeed, they have to put themselves in position to really get those above average women. And depending on the woman, they have to have certain things for them to really attract them.
So you can't. But I look. I think what's happening is that I'm not denying that. I don't think it's 80-20 because I see so many people. I didn't see so many guys who have girlfriends. A lot of guys who even complain about women. They've had girlfriends. A lot of average guys still get married in this world. I don't want to act like there's not a thing going on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is that, am I saying it's easy?
No, it's not easy.
Yeah, so I think the challenge is that if you want a woman and you're a man who's putting in the work and you're above average, in my opinion, you can get a woman.
But
yeah.
To me, the above average is what we have to really talk about because what's above average man?
Exactly.
Because the above average man can probably be an average woman in a woman's mind, especially if we're talking about money and salary, It's like, okay.
And that's to me where it's like, now it's not about quality. Because now if men are gonna make quality tied to beauty, which it makes sense, why do you get mad when they make quality tied to height?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because height is uncontrollable, obviously.
Beauty is uncontrollable too.
100%, but it's like it's not even about the average part. Like, we're not the above average part.
I think beauty is definitely controllable in certain aspects. I think that's where I don't agree, because you can control your weight, you can control how you carry yourself. Confidence makes a lot of women more attractive, especially when they're fit, they're feminine, they're nice, they're kind. That adds to your beauty. Now, I'm not saying that it's 100% controllable, but I'm saying that you can definitely do things to disguise beauty. We see that literally all the time on social media, of the things that people do to literally disguise themselves to make them look more beautiful. And then, like I said, they do like that pool challenge or whatever. Like, oh, on this first date, I'm taking her to the pool to see how she really looks. So you definitely can change things to make yourself appear more beautiful. Whereas height is definitely something that, I mean, nowadays you literally can change your height. You can, but we're saying like easily and readily, obviously not. So
some of these guys, they feel like they are average or above average. So some of these women, they are already there themselves. If we're talking about stability, let's just say, most of these women, they all college educated, they make more money than us. So 50,000 to her and she makes 80 is unattractive. It's just period. So it's like, hey, fees, I do make 70,000. But all the women I'm around, they all want a guy that makes this much.
So to me, and this is
me playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I like what you're doing here, because I thought to myself, and like I said, I said, every above average guy that I know who's getting better, all of them are married, in a relationship. I don't know any guy who's actually doing better, because what happens is, like, even I look at my story. Is there 7 women who didn't want me? Mm-hmm. Yeah, but there were 3 that wanted me.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like, when guys act like this is why I'm single, I'm like, no, that's not only reason why you're single. Mm-hmm. And to the point about the quality is that when I talk about quality women, I'm talking about kind, honest, trustworthy, dependable, faithful.
And then I can ask you, how many women do you know that has all those qualities?
That don't have the look that I look for? A lot.
But I'm saying, but you have to factor the look in there, though. But
you
have to.
And here's my criticism of myself has always been, I cannot get mad at women for their standards, but then think mine are cool.
Yeah.
Me personally, I have a very high look standard. I know, because of pornography, changed the way my brain thinks. Because it changed the way my brain thinks.
Yeah.
So my appetite, I don't like average looking women.
Yeah.
But just because she's average looking doesn't mean she's not a quality woman. I'm just not attracted to her. But women make that same argument. We give them no slack for that. Yeah. Women say it all the time. Well, I just don't like guys who are under 6'1". Like, why does an inch matter? He's still a great guy. Blah, blah, blah.
But, I mean, because it's like it's to be like, I don't know what the
there's a huge difference between not being attracted to someone and trying to just follow the status quo of what other people do, because a lot of these things that people do is a lot of like, oh, I want a guy that's 6'1" and that he looks like this and he looks like that. It's not that they're not attracted to people who are not that or are taller than them, but are maybe not 6'1". It's not that they're not attracted to them. It's more so the fact that that's that same kind of Cinderella story, he's taller than me, and like, oh, it's just an image that they have in their mind, and they're trying to fulfill that picture of a painting. It's more than just an attraction. It's still having that kind of like delusional mindset of like this perfect like cookie cutter image of what a relationship is supposed to be that is factored in. So it's not only just attraction. I think that's where I don't agree, because I know the thought process behind that.
The word is, but it's like when you're trying to talk to a guy that doesn't have the character or all the qualities, but he's 6'5", versus the guy that has everything that you're looking for, but he just doesn't have the height. To me, those guys would never accept that.
My question is, how many men talk to baddies? I've been there.
Yeah, but are they marrying them?
Huh?
Are they marrying them? They gonna talk to everybody.
No, look, when I'm saying how many men talk to baddies,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And then they're saying, you know what? I'm now marrying the average woman. Because what I've noticed is that the guys who are used to dating very attractive women, when they can't find quality women, all the guys I know who are putting in the work, getting better, a little bit, above average at this point.
Yeah.
Their problem isn't they can't find quality women.
Yeah.
They can't find quality women that they like the way she looks.
Yeah.
Because you found plenty of quality women, but she didn't look the way you wanted her to look.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree when you are.
But I would love, I don't know if they are going to break this down, but I would love them to break down what that image is. Because if you're attributing the image, say for instance, right, a lot of, and this is not disrespect to anybody, this is just me making an example. Say for instance, the image that you're looking for is that like baddie image, and we know that to be like the wigs, the lashes, the long nails, the this, the that. All of that, not to say that all women, right, who attach themselves to that kind of image, that societal image that's like super trendy right now, act in a certain way, but a lot of it is attached to a certain mindset. A lot of that is attached to a mindset. So if you're looking for a woman who literally looks exactly like that, but then has a traditional mindset, then that means that your thought process is unbalanced. Because you can't think that a woman is going to be super trendy in certain ways, in certain aspects, and then have a different mindset. That's going to be rare. That's going to be hard to find. That's going to be rare for you to find.
At that above average level, you do unlock the quality women. Now you got to follow the quality and looks.
Yes.
No argument there. But I can't not agree to some of the pushback where it's like that some of these women, even when I was above average, I still got denied by women that were lower than me, that shouldn't be denying me. You don't look that good to deny me.
I understand that. And to me, that point is irrelevant. And this is what the guys were getting wrong. That point is irrelevant to why a person is single. As a man, you will always get rejected. That's a natural part of life. You will always get rejected. Not every woman will want you. And based upon what you've built yourself as a man, you will either have more options or less options.
100%.
Are some women's standards unrealistic? Yes, it's 100% true. But that's not what's keeping any man from being single. There's no man today as an individual outside of an anomaly who's saying, I'm thinking about what I just said. Physically fit. And I mean in shape, healthy, and we can even talk about the stock component. Emotionally healthy, spiritually grounded, financially stable. And he can't find one?
No, he can find one. He ain't found the one that he actually want yet, but he can find one. And like I said, I'm just playing devil's advocate.
No, I like it. I wanted you to do this.
Yeah, so that's it to me, it's just, it's more. It's not. I'm trying to figure out how these guys think. It's not that.
The reason why I on this point I agree with Hafiz, and the reason why is because there's men who don't have any of those attributes that literally have more than one woman. So can you imagine a man who has a lot of quality that can't find one? That's when it does become a personal issue. That's when it does become relative to that one situation, and we have to dig deeper and find out what's going on. What are you doing wrong? What mishaps are you having in the dating realm? What are you missing? What's going on because of that situation? Like, there's so many men who literally cannot keep the women away, and they're not even offering anything. They're literally not offering anything.
The fact that, men have the standards and women have the standards, it just seemed like the women's standards are way more superficial and way more out of pocket, where it's like it's dang it impossible. So your standards, it's only 10 guys can meet your standards. Even though I'm in the top 80%, you want the top 90.
Let me personally push back on that one. I want to push back on it because I think we've done a bad job of doing so. And I want to have this conversation with you, but I want to have it on Patreon where we can talk about some nuance. So let's go to Patreon. I want to talk about that. Guys, you've just watched a short...
Dang. He really left us on a cliffhanger like that? Wow. That's messed up. Let's go back. I want to have a response for this.
That's it. To me, it's just, you know, it's more. It's not. I'm trying to figure out how these guys think. It's not just the fact that, you know, men have the standards and women have the standards. It just seems like the women's standards are way more superficial and way more out of pocket, where it's like it's dang it impossible. So your standards, it's only 10 guys can meet your standards.
The reason why I agree with that is because we've seen more than enough women, right? He's saying a lot of, right? A great percentage. We've seen more than enough women who, you know, finances is the number one thing, and they don't want someone who's just making like a decent amount of money. They want like he said, that top 10% of men. That's what they want. They want the Birkin bags. They want the lifestyle. They want the trips. They want to go to Mykonos. Like, they want the whole lifestyle that they see on Instagram. That's number one. Number two, a lot of women get into a relationship with a decent man and literally break up with that man because he can't do all of these other things, but he's literally devoted to her. He's giving her, you know, everything that he possibly can, but he can't meet her superficial standards because of, like we said, the internet, her friends, maybe, all of that. So I think that is something that's extremely true. I think that's something that's extremely true. Whereas when you look at men, a lot of men, there's some women who will see a man that is super attractive and he's with a woman and they're like, how did she end up with him? And it's just because of the fact that the number one thing to a man, yes, they want a woman who is aesthetically pleasing. Of course they do. But they also want a woman who is respectful. They want a woman who is going to be cooperative, follow his lead, right? Somebody that he's not literally, going to work or living his life and coming home and having hell every single day. Someone that's not nagging or annoying or needy. Like, so a lot of these factors also come into play, whereas it would seem that a man's, strong points in a relationship, of course, like I said, he wants to be attracted to the person, but all of these other things come into play, whereas when you look at a lot of modern women today and the things that they have on their list, a lot of the things on the list are completely superficial and irrelevant. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I definitely want to hear you guys' thoughts, as I always do. Make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. Again, if you're not following me on Instagram, follow my Instagram. It's at RIVAH_JORDON. And then also hit that notification bell. I post a video every single day, but the time varies. But if you hit that notification bell, you'll be notified as soon as I post. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am so sleepy, so I am going to go ahead and get some rest. I will see you guys tomorrow. I love you guys so very much. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time.